A new year, brutal cold and a grim resignation among the families living in the camps of northern Greece that nothing is going to change anytime soon. But by night, a whole different set of problems presents itself. In places like this, a former toilet paper production plant, most people take to their tents after dark or huddle around fires in the cold. Many refugees have described to Al Jazeera how gangs of young men have taken control by force, unrestrained by the Greek authorities. This young brother and sister were eventually forced out of their camp.
The gangs was coming many times in our camp, making problems. They started beating a minor who is his father, who is old man, and everyone was watching, everyone was afraid.
The United Nations Refugee Agency has raised the protection of refugees repeatedly with the Greek government, but with no results.
We have raised the issue also with the government, alarming them about that there's something has to be done, the security situation should be improved, because it is part of the international protection also of refugees for them to actually feel safe in the place where they're residing right now.
At the toilet paper factory, the Syrian gang apparently lives in these containers outside the main building. The police have no presence inside the camp overnight. It isn't very difficult to see why the police don't have much appetite for investigating potential crimes carried out in a place like this, because they'd almost have to go tent to tent interviewing any number of people in a foreign language, which would be potentially very provocative. Equally, the government might find the idea of investigating crimes inside one of its own refugee camps politically difficult. For all that, though, for the refugees it's no good at all, because they have a legal entitlement to be in a place of safety. And that's certainly what Mohammed thinks. He's a Syrian who had his tent destroyed because the gang thought he was one of a group of Algerians they were fighting with. He got out of Syria only to put up with this.
The people escaped from war to have a simple life, a safe life, but now they can't have it. They can't do anything, just keep their mouths shut. Nobody wants to help.
By night you can also find supposed refugees selling drugs on the streets of Thessaloniki as well, in league with Greek gangs. Criminal behaviour like it, and the actions of the gangs in the camps, not only provides ammunition to the enemies of the refugees in Europe, it brutalises families and children already facing their lives being ruined by a future without hope. Laurence, Al Jazeera, in northern Greece.